All right, so I am Ruby, and I am going to put up an equation and try to determine whether or not it is exact. And then if it is, Emily will help me find the solution. So our equation is 5x plus 4 plus 5y minus 5 y prime equals 0. And so how we're going to go about determining whether this is exact is we are going to basically look at the fact that it was a differential equation with two variables. So we are going to consider this part to have been the f of x, or basically the equation with respect to x. And this part, the f of y. And what we need to do to determine whether or not it's exact is set them, or basically see if f of x with respect to y and f of y with respect to x come out to be the same thing. And if they are the same thing, we have an equation that is equal. So what we'll do is we'll solve this fx, f of x, it's fxy or f, I want this with respect to y, that would be fxy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we have fxy is going to be 0. And over here we have fyx. So we have 5y minus 5 with respect to x is also 0. So we have that they are equal. So we know that we have an equation that is exact. So with that, Emily.
Okay. So I guess to solve it, we would take 5x plus 4, and then I guess since they equal to each other, we just do this because they both equal the same thing. And then once you do that,
So Emily, let me ask you, so those two things that are equal to the same thing, so those are the second derivative, right?
Yes.
oh, you have to integrate them.
So let me ask you, so let's go back a little bit. So the differential equation, what are we trying to find? What is it that we are trying to find in this question?
Solution.
Okay, so what is the solution to a differential equation?
It's just the function y.
Okay, so is in this case is it the function y or so because we have x and y, correct?
Yeah.
So if you're trying to find the function y, then what are those f of x and f of y?
So you're trying to find the solution function of x and y.
Okay, right, so correct. So when you say solution, correct, very good. So when you say solution, how do you check if the solution to a differential equation is a solution?
I guess you just.
So we kind of take the derivative of them and put them in the equation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are trying, in this question, we are trying to find that function, that f of xy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you know f of x is 5x plus 4, can you write that on the side so we kind of, what Ruby did, can let's distinguish it. So we have f of x equal to, so, correct, so that's the function of x. But here with f of x, it means like the partial derivative of f with respect to x.
Okay. So So
Right there, yeah. Excellent.
that equals 5x plus 4.
Very good, yeah.
And then equals 5y minus 5.
Very cool.
And then you just integrate one of them.
Very good, okay.
So this would come out to be f of x.
Okay, so correct. So f is a function of only one variable, or is it a function of two variables?
2 or 1 variable.
If it is one variable, how come we have f of y?
Okay, so this would be f of
Very good.
xy,
Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
and then this would be 5 half x squared plus 4x,
Very good.
and then you would get a function
Yes.
of y, and you would set this equal to so you set this equal to this.
Do we put the function equal to that, or so what is that second equation you have? What is that? What is that derivative of f with respect to y?
That's a partial derivative.
Okay, so the partial derivative of that function with respect to y is what you have, 5y minus 5, right?
Okay. Oh, so you integrate this.
Well, before we get there, but so you have on the upper line you have find the function, right? F of x y equal to 5 over 2x squared plus 4x plus hy.
Yeah.
So if that's the same function that we have in the lower equation, if we take the derivative of upper equation with respect to y, what do we get?
So we did 4f of,
Very good.
that would come out to be
Very good.
right, and then so I guess,
Do we know what that is? Do we know the derivative of function with respect to y?
yeah, so we set these two equal to each other,
Okay.
and then so you ignore this, 5y minus 5 equals h prime of y,
Yes.
and then you take the derivative,
Okay.
or integral, so this would be 5 half y squared minus 5y plus c equals to h of y.
So what was our function?
So our function is
Combine them. Maybe.
so just add this. So our original function was here,
Very good.
and then you get the solution 5 half x squared plus 4x plus 5 half y squared minus 5y plus c. And I
Okay,
guess
very cool.
that's the answer.
Since Ruby is next to you, let me ask both of you. So you have found a solution to this differential equation. What does it mean you have found a solution?
It means that you found the initial equation that this is the derivative of?
Excellent.
Okay,
Or-
good. Or
Not that that's the derivative
no.
of it, but that's the function that if you put it in that equation, that means if you take the derivative of it with respect to y, x, you're gonna get that equal to 0.
Okay.
Alright, so your original, just one quick thing, the original equation was equal to 0, correct?
Correct.
So that means once you have the f of xy plus that constant, that's gonna be equal to 0.
Correct.
So can you put equal to 0 after c?
So
Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.